Yo guys, here we are. I'm at the airport of Buenos Aires and the destination is Paraguay. I'm super excited to start this. This is going to be me documenting how I'm building my next business, and we are reaching a milestone. I'm going to Paraguay to collect some samples that some European suppliers have sent me. It was impossible to receive them in Argentina, and that's why I decided to go for Paraguay. They are a lot more lenient, and I'm going to be there for a week testing the products, also just looking around. Paraguay is part of the Mercosur with Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay. It's a market of about 400 million people. And if you can find an entry point to something so complex and so backwards in terms of administration, like the Latin American market, it's always nice. So I'm gonna explore that as well. And yeah, just generally super excited to share this. This is my second business. I will tell you a lot more about the first one and everything. For now, let's just say that this is the beginning of a great adventure, and I cannot wait to show you all the things that are about to happen. And there's one more thing that I have to do before boarding the plane. I've been in Argentina for 3 months, and I started a TikTok channel here where I'm speaking Spanish. Before coming to Argentina, my Spanish did not exist, so I'm this typical foreigner guy with a, let's say, broken accent, spreading nice vibes, good energies to the people of Argentina. I love it here. So yeah, I'm about to show you the big production machine that I'm doing. Hola, mis hermanos de Argentina. Estoy en el aeropuerto y mi destinación es Paraguay. Estoy muy emocionado de verte cómo es la vida de nuestros hermanos. Es mi primera vez en Paraguay. Es una nueva aventura. Por una semana solo, y después yo voy a regresar para la tierra de mi corazón, Argentina. Salud, amigos. That's it. I love it. It's it's the sort of content where I don't have to think what to say, and with my broken Spanish, I feel like I'm at the level of like a 7-year-old who's like, always excited, saying nice things. It's great. It's great. We'll see how it goes. I had one video that went a little bit viral, a little bit more than 100,000. A few other ones that performed well, but the fact that I don't actually speak Spanish that well. Anyways, we are boarding the plane soon, so I'm going to keep doing this after landing in Paraguay. Let's go. There you go. Here we are at the airport in Paraguay. Just landed, and it took me like an hour to get through the border check, because this is not Europe, this is not America. Things go really slow, but this is the beautiful airport of Paraguay. I mean, it looks super small, but has everything that you need. So I'm just gonna get an Uber, go to the apartment that I rented, leave my stuff there. It's still about 12 o'clock, so I have a few hours until my room is ready. But here we are, Paraguay. Let's go. So I paid 33,000 Guarani for the Uber ride, which is $4. When you arrive to a new Latin American country, it's always funny getting used to the exchange rate, because all of them are really bad, but you never know. The good thing though is wherever you go in Latin America, because they have a lot of natural resources, Uber is pretty cheap, and the same is true for Paraguay. The streets are pretty quiet. I'm not sure if that's because it's a Sunday or because there is indeed not much happening in Asunción, but we'll find it out. Yo, here we are in the crib in Asunción. This is going to be the base for the next week, and for the rest of today I'll maybe work a little bit and then do also some sightseeing. I don't really care about what Paraguay is like, because I'll spend some time with it in the next few days. I just want to work and try all the products. I will tell you a little more about the business ID once I have the samples. In the meantime, maybe 2 interesting facts about Paraguay. First of all, this country in its territory is larger than Germany, and with only 6 million people. And I don't know about the difference in terms of GDP and GDP per capita, but it's incomparable probably. Second interesting thing, because Paraguay is a landlocked country, it's in the middle of Latin America,
doesn't have access to the sea, it's a lot more difficult for them to be involved in trade. And therefore, what they've done is, if you are a resident in Paraguay, you don't pay taxes for foreign income. So a lot of digital nomads are based here for tax reasons. And that is giving a little bit of a boost for the country in these recent years. So that makes it an interesting place. I didn't come for that, but I also want to learn a little bit more about that. Also the Mercosur. So these few days are going to be a lot of meetings about these things, and I'm very excited. And let's see if I do another session today, or we'll speak again tomorrow. Yeah, I'm very, very hyped. Let's go. And off we go, explore the city. La gente de Paraguay, en este hermoso día, yo quiero decir algo para ustedes. Yo acabo de llegar ayer en esta hermosa ciudad, Asunción, y la ciudad está todavía construyendo. Hay muchos edificios muy largos. Me encanta y yo espero que ustedes van a tener un futuro muy bueno, muy grande, con mucha plata. Salud. Yo, happy Monday from beautiful Asunción, Paraguay. Today is the big day. My local contact will come pick up me in like an hour, and we're gonna go and get the products. We'll probably do some meetings together, discuss doing business in Paraguay and the Mercosur. I'm super excited for today, and it's 9 a.m. in the morning, and I've done my morning habits, read some pages of the book that I'm currently reading, Les Miserables, Victor Hugo, done my Spanish class to be fluent, and yeah, just getting ready for the big day. And once I'm back, I don't think I'm going to be taking my camera because it's Latin America. But when I'm back, I'm gonna reveal everything. So super excited. And there we are, my packages. Dude, you don't know how much I have suffered to get my hands on these. It's unbelievable. This package has been to Italy, Hungary, Spain, back to Hungary, and now in Paraguay. And this, I think, is from Germany and just came directly to Paraguay. But dude, I fought so hard, and now it's the special time to uncover what's inside of these, right? Because you guys don't yet know the project that I'm working on, and now is the time to show you. All right, this is good. There you go. There you go. Oh, chewing gums. The project is to develop, build, and sell a functional chewing gum on the US market. And chewing gum with vitamins. Obviously, it's too early to share the ingredient list, but these suppliers have a track record in this. So we identified a couple of suppliers in Europe, a few in the US, other parts of the world as well, and 2 Italian and 1 German company has sent me these. It's going to be super useful. Try them and then get back to them, and hopefully we can start the R&D process for ourselves. These are obviously products that they have created for themselves, for other companies. So guys, everything is possible. If you can get a bunch of products as a European on a tourist visa into Latin America with impossible tariff rates, you can get everything done. And look at this. Damn, Latin America. 28 different kinds of gums. The other one, I'm not even sure how many, probably more than 20. So I'm done testing the first product. This chewing gum right here, both the flavor and the lastingness, the consistency of the flavor is perfect. And this gum, at least the brand, is either owned or represented by a very famous footballer, I'm gonna say their name, but very good job, very good job. This is from the Italian supplier. This gets maybe a 10 out of 10. You know, it's the first one that I test, so I don't know. And right now, what I'm about to test is, just for the flavors, a cinnamon gum. I've been craving cinnamon for a long time, and I love cinnamon flavor. I think it's great. I'm gonna test this. And in the meantime, I have some stuff to get done for the contractor job that I'm doing, marketing for a startup. So just gonna work on that. This is beautiful. The flavor is a 10 out of 10. Very, very good. There's one product that I'm super excited about. Oh yeah, number 16. Now, I'm not gonna tell everything about this. Let it be my secret, but I have big hopes for this one. Look at this. It's the type with the little dots. We're gonna try it. There we go. The flavor is terrible. It's a cherry flavor. I've tested this because of the ingredients, which partly is caffeine, but this cherry taste is terrible. I'm not a fan of cherry. Okay, the cherry is terrible, but I do feel the caffeine inside it, so that's a good point. The flavor must be changed, but the product can be saved. There you go, number 15. Number 15, ginger lemon extract. Ooh. The lemon is stronger. It's the typical artificial lemon. Also not gonna be a fan. All right, got a lot more to do. Okay, so it's late in the afternoon. I grabbed some food, some empanadas, super cheap and very nice. I'm very hyped for everything that's happening. It feels so good to finally have these products in my hand. I've been working for weeks to get my hands on them. It was impossible to get them in Argentina. Now I have them, and you know, when you make these little steps, first of all, when you overcome obstacles like this and pay as much money as I did to get to Paraguay to get them, you kind of feel that this project is already kind of yours, and you see these puzzle pieces getting together. It's just a good feeling, man. I'm very far from, you know, the end goal, very far from even launching the product. It's gonna take months still, but step by step we're getting there. Also feels good to share this. Hopefully the video will be out soon from the time of recording. It's just a good time to be alive, man. So this morning I had a conversation with one of my good friends from Hungary, and he told me like, bro, if a year ago I would have told you that you're gonna be in Paraguay waiting for some chewing gums, like you would not have believed, and I would not have believed it either. And it made me think like, dude, this past year was so crazy. Last year around this time I was working on selling my first business. We signed the contract middle of October, started negotiating in June. So I think we agreed in August, and those 2 months were extremely stressful because you don't actually have a deal until it's signed. I was still working in the business actively until the end of the year, and it was this January that I went to the US for a few weeks, and I got this contractor job while still trying to figure out my next steps. And somehow I landed on this chewing gum ID, which, by the way, I like a lot. You know, this is the third time in my life when I'm doing a complete start all over. First when I left Hungary to study in London at a university, then when I went back and launched my first business, and now for the third one. And I'm 29, and 3 complete restarts. It's tiring, man, but it's part of life, I guess. Some people are more lucky, like maybe they are born in an environment where everything is given for them and they can do that, and there's always some sort of sacrifice that you have to take. And for me, you know, it's getting out of my comfort zone and always aiming for something new or something bigger that I believe are bigger, you know. different people have different motivations, right? So maybe for some people it doesn't matter what they do or they don't get fulfilled in their work, but for me work is super important, and I feel like this next project we can build a really cool brand and make it something big and something impactful. So I feel like I'm on the right track. Going into the old town and meeting my contacts, we're gonna look at some land and then run some further discussions. Ladies and gentlemen, I received the final package. It took 2 extra days, so it's Wednesday today, to get 2 extra days to get this. Maybe that's something relating to Paraguayan time, but I finally have it. I've already tested more like 20 something gums. I haven't tested these yet, so a lot of work to be done still. These are the things. Got energy booster, got a diet one, got one for stress release, body drain, I'm not sure what's that for, immune, multivitamin, and tonus. I guess that's for your skin, but I'm not sure. Tested 20 in about 2 days, another 27 in another 2 days. It's gonna be ready, no problem. Let's go. So one place you have to familiarize yourself with in Latin America is Western Union. You can send yourself money, pick it up, much cheaper than ATM. And I just picked up some cash, 700,000, 7 banknotes of each 100,000. Pretty funny, pretty interesting. I needed this for something and I had to act quick. To get into the center to this shopping mall was like 40 minutes. And they didn't want to give me the money because on my passport I have 2 names and I only put in 1 because I never use my second name. And I never had an issue with this. This is the first time. But yeah, luckily you can change things after the transfer. Still very annoyed. But yeah, that's it. Alright, this morning has been pretty crazy. I have a lot of things to do for the contractor stuff, and in the meantime I try to balance out with testing these goodies and just writing everything down. You know, sometimes it's hard, it's not easy to manage 2 or 3 different things. Obviously there's the content part as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to just focusing on one, because you get a lot more things done when you have like your whole focus dedicated to just one thing, obviously. And you don't have to have your brain switching between 3, 4 different things. That's usually what makes you more stressed, more tired, and just generally messes up your productivity, right? So I don't advise anyone to try to balance a lot of things unless you need a monthly cash flow to support your dreams. Doing a little daily walk, as you can see, still here, so many buildings being constructed. It's a good place to be, honestly. It's very quiet. People are having a relatively good life. And this zero importing into the country, some of the things are so cheap here, even cheaper than in Hungary or in the US for sure. Which is crazy. You transport it to the other part of the world and it's cheaper to buy it here than in Europe where it's being produced. Weird. But makes sense. There is also the VAT that people have to pay, which is probably lower here than in Europe. Yo. So coming back from a little walk made me realize how bad it is to be in a city with 35 degrees, and it's just, you're melting when you go out. The same happened to me when I was in Rio, same happened to me when I was in Medellin, and Buenos Aires is the perfect place because, well, at least up to now, it hasn't been summertime, so it's more like a normal weather. Even if it's cold, it goes like 10 degrees during winter, which is pretty good. It can be much better. So that kind of weather, like 20, 25 degrees, average is the best for working, is the best for going out for little walks and stuff like that. Because here, if you go out in a t-shirt, dude, it's tough. Being inside the AC is just better. So I grabbed some food. It's Milanesa. For my Hungarian audience, it's rántott hús, basically. I'm gonna eat this quickly, and then I have a call with a friend who lives in the US, has been there for a long time. I'm just gonna get his thoughts on the sort of visa route that I decided on, and what he's thinking around that. And then today was a very good day. I managed to test all the products from a second supplier, so only one supplier is left. They have a lot of products, like 30. So it's gonna be still a lot of work, but I'm enjoying it, man. Since I left my home in February, it has been just crazy growth, crazy amount of things happening, and a complete and total mindset shift in terms of me building something just focusing on the Hungarian market versus me going global and being in Latin America while starting to build something for the US market, and also thinking of how I could do that in Latin America. So it's a different way of thinking, and I'm just loving the fact that so much change has happened. So salud, amigos. Yo, good morning or good day. Friday, I woke up at 3 a.m. for an incredible noise from the wind. I've never heard anything like this before. I felt like I'm in the middle of a tornado. And right now I'm outside on my balcony, and I'm kind of fearful for the camera. But anyways, spoke also with some locals, and they told me that it's quite crazy. I guess it might be some kind of like cyclone for being so warm for a few days, and now it's cooling down. It's already 11 o'clock, and for the past 3 hours I was working. Got some work done for my contractor gig. Also tested some guns. So yeah, I'm gonna have another meeting at 1, and then I'll do some sightseeing, because that's something that I was not really be able to do these days. And before I go, one very important thing, I have to do my daily video for my Spanish followers. So hola mis amigos de Paraguay, ¿qué pasó anoche? Yo desperté a las 2 o 3 de la mañana, viento loco, yo me sentí como yo estoy en el centro de un tornado, naturaleza loca, pero ahora todo bien, y yo espero que ustedes van a tener un día con mucha paciencia y muchas cosas buenas. Vamos Paraguay, vamos a Argentina, salud. That's what I call high quality production. So the big wind that hit the city last night now turned into storm and rain right at the time when I'm going to my barber. Good morning guys, it's Saturday morning, beautiful day in Asunción, and today I have a whole film crew to show you around the city and do a little bit of a sightseeing. Obviously I came here primarily to test the products and do the business side of things, but it's a new country for me as well. I'm excited to explore it, and I'm going to show you some of the best and most interesting spots and tell you a little bit about what I got to learn about Paraguay and Asunción. So guys, the first stop that I asked us to stop by is the bridge. This bridge is being built now, and imagine this, Asunción is like a huge city, the capital of the country, and there is a whole land on the other side of the river that was completely untapped, and they are just constructing the first bridge that will connect the city with the other side of the city, and there's a lot of super high modern apartments being built there. This is the place where I went on Wednesday, I believe, to check the land. It's super interesting to see a city that is like so in the process of being constructed. And I had a lot of conversations with some locals. Obviously, it's my 6th day here. And for the past 10 years, this country has been the most stable Latin American country. The economy is good and stable. There's a lot of benefits for importing, a good place within the Mercosur. So that's why a lot of investment is coming here, and you know, it's crazy to see. Like, as I told you guys, I see more skyscrapers being built here than in Miami even. It's crazy. It's a crazy time for being in Paraguay. Good for business. So guys, we are still next to the bridge, and I just realized, like, if you walk 300 meters from the beginning of the bridge, you see a community that's probably one of the poorest communities in Asunción, and you know, they live next to the bridge that connects the city with New Asunción, where all the rich people are going to live, where property prices are in a huge uprise, and you got this one of the purest neighborhoods probably of the city, which just shows that, okay, like, you know, there's not a single place on earth where everything is perfect and everybody is getting their fair share from the economy. That's the thing in Latin America. Like, I think even for me, when I was in Hungary or when I heard about Latin America, I thought that there is a lot of poverty, and that's true. But there is also a lot of richness, and you know, trying to find a balance for the society. I guess that's not happening here either. And you know, it's just sad to see. So this is the oldest street or oldest neighborhood in Asunción, and you can see these buildings here, they are kind of like reconstructed, super nice. But if you look on this side, this building could be, you know, one of the buildings in the central of Paris or Budapest. You can see that it's an older style, but it's so not maintained. And a lot of the richer people, or people middle class as well, they are moving into the newly constructed apartments, and everything in the old town is getting dragged down. They're super bad quality, and what I've heard is that the government is buying a lot of these properties. They're pushing the prices down by not maintaining the areas, so they can buy more for an even cheaper price and then do a reconstruction. But what's dangerous about this is, like, something similar has happened in Argentina, Buenos Aires as well. And actually what happened is, like, the old towns became quite dodgy, and everybody moved into Palermo or the nicer areas, and rent prices there are super high, and the older areas are becoming more and more dangerous. So that's Latin America. Beautiful building. So I'm being told that this is a memorandum for the heroes that died during the Independence War during the 1800s, with Brazil, Uruguay, and Argentina. So guys, I owe an apology. On the first day when I arrived, I went for a walk here in this area, and this is one of the less nice areas, so to say. This is it gave me the impression that Asunción or Paraguay is a little more dangerous, and that's completely wrong. There are some areas that are not so safe, but the majority of the city is like super peaceful, super quiet, nice. You know, you can walk around with your phone and stuff like that. So I owe an apology to the people of Paraguay, and this is the only neighborhood. And the other thing is, like, the buildings here also are super unmaintained, and that also gave me the impression. But you know, actually the city itself is pretty safe. Guys, next up is Mercado 4, local market. I'm gonna buy some foods. If I see some stickers for my thermo. Jesus Christ. Nothing. This is a great shot. This is life in Latin America. So if I can find some local stickers for my thermo, I'm gonna buy that. Maybe some postcards for my family, some local food. That's the plan, and of course show you what the true authentic Latin American market looks like. It's green. Green doesn't mean anything here, by the way. But let's go. One thing I never understood, everybody is selling the same product. So how do you differentiate yourselves? And the other thing that made me realize in Latin America is, you know, mostly when we are talking about entrepreneurship, we are talking about these super famous guys who invented something new. But that's like maybe 0.1% of entrepreneurs. Like the average guys, they are just trying to make a living for their family through shops like this. So guys, it's 10 million guarani, which is like $1 and maybe 50 cents. But you can see that it's not the original. Yo no puedo cocinar. No puedo cocinar.
Una chica que sabe cocinar.
Yo necesito una chica para cocinar. Es
Y
verdad,
vos también
es
puedes
verdad.
cocinar.
Wow. Oh, there is a rooster. I would love to leave Paraguay with a rooster. If I had enough space in my luggage, I would buy one of those, but I don't. We are in the middle of the market, some hidden area. ¿Cómo estás? So this is the hidden segment of the market. Super cheap food, a lot of abuelas. It's very nice, and we just got a juice. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Sí, sí, sí.
¿Tienen algo como Rolex?
Como roller no.
No.
No hay. Ni uno no hay. De marca no hay.
Marcas,
Ni uno.
¿no? Pero ellos son de...
Estos son sin marca.
Ah, sin marca, ok,
Sí, sin
entiendo.
marca. Son
Okay.
reloj lindo pero sin marca.
Oh, wow.
¿Vale?
Guys, you may have a Rolex, but I'm sure you don't have a watch
¿De dónde
from
viene?
Paraguay.
Estadounidense.
¿Soy?
Eh,
Húngaro.
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 A la puta.
¿Sabes dónde está?
¿Eh?
¿Sabes dónde está?
Y
Hungría.
Más o menos.
Más o menos, sí.
Lejísimo. En otro
Sí,
mundo.
es muy lejos, es muy lejos. Soy el único húngaro en Paraguay.
En serio, qué bueno. Y bienvenido entonces.
Sí.
Bienvenido en Paraguay.
Gracias, gracias,
A
amigo.
todos,
Gracias.
todos somos hermanos.
Sí, es mi primera vez en Paraguay.
Qué bueno, qué bueno. Qué bueno.
Sí.
Me alegro.
Me encanta, es muy tranquilo y
Gracias, sí. A la gusta a la hora.
ustedes son muy amables. Gracias.
sí.
So guys, that was the market. I think it was more about just capturing the vibes, capturing the feelings, but eventually we didn't buy anything. I couldn't find the stickers for my little thermo. My goal is now, everywhere I go, everywhere I travel, I would buy just one sticker, put it on my thermo as a place of memory. Couldn't find that. It was more like, general, everyday living stuff, and a lot of clothing. And I don't need any of those. But, you got to see the vibes, and we will show you a little bit of a different side of Paraguay now. We're doing a stop by at the presidential palace because from the outside it looks beautiful, and there it is. There it is. Looks gorgeous. If you go to the US, the presidential building is the White House. But in Latin America, it's always pink because in the 1800s, when the Portugal and the Spanish conquistadors came here, at the time the royal color was this pink. It was very hard to mix a painting color like this, and that's why all the presidential buildings are actually this pink color. It was associated with wealth, with richness, and that kept on being part of the culture. Yeah, I don't know if it's better than the White House or not. It's special for sure. Amigos. Hermanos. So guys, final shot. We are in the Sheraton Hotel, top floor, rooftop bar, and this is like the central area of the city. Beautiful view. These are the final moments for the video. We're just gonna have lunch and then say goodbye. This was the little sightseeing tour. I guess as a closing words, I'm pleasantly surprised how nice Paraguay is. It's very peaceful. One of the better experiences in Latin America for me, for sure. And I hope that, after checking these videos, you're gonna come here and do business here. It's a very good place to do business. You can see that, from this view, you see, and even in the other views, you must have seen like there are more buildings being built here than in Miami at this stage. So I'm excited for what the future holds for this country. They have a lot of natural resources. They have talented videographers, and that's it. Final day in Asunción. I will go to the airport in the afternoon. It's still in the morning, but I have to leave my apartment soon. So I got all the gums, the leftovers that I cannot take with myself. They go into the trash, which is not very nice. Because these ones I'm not gonna take to the airport,
especially not in Paraguay. And yeah, the ones that are not opened, these ones I will take home, even though some of them I didn't like that much. And then some of these that I did like and they are in their original box, I will take, because why not? Not so much, so that I don't get into any trouble, but just a few. Yo guys, I'm at the airport and I'm just going to depart and go back to Buenos Aires. It's been a crazy week. One last thing that I wanted to show you, the magazine's interview with me got published. It's mostly about doing business in Paraguay and Mercosur and my experiences, which is crazy because I've only been here for a week and I managed to get everything done, plus even got an interview with a local magazine, and it got published 5 hours ago. And I already have a couple of people messaging me on Instagram saying that they want to do business with me and what they could offer, so I'm gonna have to vet them. But it's been a super crazy week. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was the first episode, and hopefully there's gonna be many more to come. Thank you for watching and see you soon.